So you decided to venture into my realm, mortals. For you, death would be a blessing.
I see that you've chosen to raid Illbean in his home, Ragefire Chasm. That's not going to be as easy as you might think at first, but luckily for you, I'm here to help you out. First of all, you need to meet the following requirements. A raid group of 40 people. A fully cleared ID of Ragefire Chasm. Minimum one member either wielding Sulfuras, Hand of Ragnaros, or having it in their inventory. Minimum of one shaman having Storm Strike. Minimum of one druid having Moonkin form. Now, let's get down to business. Once inside RFC, the lava has cooled and hardened, now forming solid ground, expanding the combat area. You'll notice that there are 3 glowing crystals present in the middle. The fight is initiated by interacting with any of the 3 crystals, upon which the purple and green will shatter, and Hannexus and Melee Moon will spawn. Phase 1 has now started. Before anything else, make sure to kill them within 15 seconds of each other, or they will resurrect the other and it's a semi-wipe. Pull them far away from the spawn. Tank the 2 of them close to each other to avoid wrath, but not within melee range to avoid Skull Flame eruption damage. Each boss should have 2 tanks on them at all times, else your tanks risks getting hit by Moonfire, and in turn, Starfire. Melee DPS should start off by attacking Melee Moon. Range DPS can focus on Hannexus. Designate a 5-man soak group for Chain Lightning, furthest away from Hannexus, and have them be able to quickly spread out. Designate Interrupters for Melee Moon, Dispellers for Moonfire, and Purgers for Lightning Shield and Thorns. When either of these 2 go off, it's highly recommended to swap DPS target. Range DPS have priority on clearing entangling roots, while melee have priority in totems. If either Melee Moon or Hannexus is closing in on 50% HP, wait with damage until Grounding Totem is down, and let it soak their heals. After their heal has been soaked, destroy the totem. When they're close to dying, split them up in preparation for Phase 2. Phase 2 now begins. Combat drops and the last crystal shatters, letting Illbean loose. Illbean immediately runs to Melee Moon's corpse, loots Sulfuras, and then loots Skullflame Shield from Hannexus' corpse, equipping them both. Use this time to deal as much damage as possible, and eat and drink for those who need it. Illbean now has the effects of both weapon abilities, and places down an indestructible totem in the middle of the room. Tank Illbean close to the totem to make it easier to interrupt both of them. Have a group of interrupters ready to chain interrupt Windfury as Illbean attempts to cast it. Have a backup group for Nature Swiftness specifically. This ability mustn't go through, as now you can't interrupt the totem. After every Storm Strike, have the Dispel group quickly cleanse the melee, and have the Purge group remove Elemental Mastery as fast as possible to reduce raid damage. As long as the interrupts are on spot, you should be able to take them down to 60% and initiate Phase 3.
Alright, I'm off to make a new meme video. Maybe a song about my Sulfuras? Yeah, that sounds neat. Which sounds amazing.
Have each of the 4 tanks pick up 1 elemental each. If your DPS is high, then 4 to 5 stacks should suffice before rotating. The raid leader must make a choice as to which elemental should be left alive. If interrupts aren't on point, then earth and air are recommended, depending on what resistance your raid is rocking. Fire if you've got a few solid DPS, and water if additional healing is needed.
Video premiere!
Now the final phase is here. Illbean now gains all 3 shocks. making the encounter much more deadly. Do what you can to pull through and get him to 25%.
What? But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrifice?
Illbean, now panicking, attempts to astral recall away, taking 300% increased damage. Put all your cooldowns here. Fail to kill equals wipe. Successful kill equals ank and you still wipe. And then he resurrects you all and grants you loot cancel style.
You know I got that. Pull up in the new whip, cost me 2 trips. I put that roof Chris all in the 2 lifts. Take vacations on jets, it's too slick. Don't bring the bags, I'll buy you some new fits. The money, the fame, and the life that's right. Everything I dreamed of and the price is right.